Hello everyone! Today we're going to explore assessment and its applications and advantages. First, let's start by explaining what an assessment is. Assessment is the best way to collect data to gather information about how much our students have learned during a specific period of time or about a specific subject. In education, we use three types of assessment. Formal assessment, that is used to measure how much our students have learned during a period of time. Summative assessment, that is used to provide grades, and informal assessment, that basically is formed out of observation and informed conclusions made from the teachers or the reading specialist. It is important to mention how crucial assessments are for any educator. The data collected from all type of assessment should be used responsibly. For example, it can be used to refer students to intervention, plan lessons using better resources, determine which students will receive remediation, or just to better know our students. Now, let's focus on literacy assessment. Literacy specialists and reading teachers constantly use assessment. It is really important to, as I mentioned before, use assessment to know our students and better plan our lessons. The most important reading assessment that we use as reading teachers and specialists is the reading running records. The reading running records are used at least 3 times per year or every time a student moves up a reading level. We use this assessment to determine if a student masters certain skills. Reading running records can be used for interventionists as well to determine how effective the interventions are and if they should change something. Now, language assessment. Language assessment is designed to gather information about the level of literacy of students. The language assessments are usually administered at the beginning of the year to determine the students' language proficiency and help the students grow from there. Here, in Palm Beach County, we use iReady test that provides a clear picture of the student language knowledge and allow us teachers and reading specialists to know our students' strengths and weaknesses. Now, let's move on and talk about diagnostics. Diagnostic assessments are designed to determine the literacy level of students. This is considered a kind of pre-assessment. The main purpose of diagnostics is that the teachers can evaluate and discover strengths and weaknesses that help us plan instruction. In this school, as I mentioned before, we use an iReady diagnostics. It is applied at the beginning of the year and when we come back from Christmas break. It is a great tool that helps us determine if a student needs interventions or remediation in specific areas of literacy. In our school, remediation is a big part of instruction. Teachers have to use different assessments to determine if the students will receive remediation in certain areas. Remediation usually takes place during small groups or centers. We use this time to target specific students that need help in previously taught content. Usually, teachers are in charge of remediation. Remediation helps supporting literacy in the classroom by helping students to get to the same level other students are and move as a whole to the next step. On the other hand, we have intervention. Intervention is a kind of procedure that is most of the time conducted by the school reading specialist. Interventions are designed to help students that are one or more grade levels behind in specific areas of literacy to get back on track. Lastly, I want to talk about progress monitoring. Progress monitoring is the best way a teacher can be aware of the progress each student makes. Also, it is a great way to discover if a student needs any kind of intervention or remediation. Progress monitoring takes place at any time during instruction and independent work time. The best way to have a clear understanding of the level of each one of our students is to be constantly assessing. For your attention, thank you so much.